On this episode of Truckin' It, I'm talking about Instaporn and human trafficking. Here's what a selfie should look like, and here's what it shouldn't, if you want me to follow you back. Friends and followers, welcome back to my channel. Greetings from home. I hope y'all are doing well out there in this crazy time. This is my latest episode of Truckin' It. Again, from the studio, I'm trying to get as many of these knocked out as possible before the moving process starts. And today, I got my little mascot with me. I'm Bevo. Howdy, Zach. Howdy, Instagram and YouTube. Alright, I'm going to use Bevo, my little mascot here, to demonstrate what I do not want to see on Instagram when I'm looking at your profile. And we want to use this video as some education in reference to the no lot lizard and no sex trafficking, no pornography, etc. that I've put on my Instagram profile. I don't even want to see you trying to date me. Nonsense. So, let me start off by the fact that I'm both a trucker and a professional photographer. I currently reside in Texas, of course. If you want to know why I moved from a Yankee state back in 2016, just ask all the governors that went to jail. So, yeah, as well as the latest one that's fixing to do it. So, with that out of the way, let me get y'all started on what I mean by this stuff. It's coming up right now. Sex trafficking special on Truckin' It. Okay. I need to start off on a very touchy subject here. That is the subjects. Now, I've already covered Instaporn in a previous episode. But here's the signs of Instaporn that I'm looking for. Exposed breasts, exposed sexual pose of the buttocks, and anything that's between the legs. If you're showing that kind of stuff and you're not a professional photographer and you got some sort of pimp daddy, this video is going out to you so that you can get help. I'm Zach Bell. I'm a trucker who's been at it for more than 2 million miles and more than 12 years. Okay? And the reason why I had to put the word trucker on there is because that's what I do for my day job. And I'm also a professional photographer. That's my side hustle. And today, I want to educate you on what will get you blocked on my Instagram. And give you some resources to get help if you're in this kind of a situation. So, let me get you started here. Number one, exposed breasts. If that's all I see besides a little sliver of your face in the selfie, because you're using a super wide angle lens and trying to emphasize that part, I am not going to follow you back. That's a guarantee. And for that matter, you might have the remove follower button hit at least a few times when I see your profile and it shows stuff like that after you try to follow me. Number two, same goes for exposed private parts. Same goes for exposed buttocks in a sexual pose. If you don't look normal and don't act normal, you're not going to be allowed on my Instagram. It's that simple. And no, I don't use Instagram for dating. Instead, I use mine to showcase some of my more professional work, such as my stockyard stuff, my stuff out on the road, rodeo activities, etc. And of course, I do a bunch of rodeo and cowboy style selfies on there too. And I know y'all love those. Okay, so I want you to get started on this subject. Let's educate you on what human trafficking is and different types of force that are used. Human trafficking is modern-day slavery, and that includes things like lot lizards, rape, incest, pornographic posing. That's just to name a few things that sex traffickers do to their victims. In addition to that, stuffing them into a van or RV and forcing them to travel against their will, like what's happening down at the border, that's human trafficking as well. And we need to put a stop to it. So, if I encounter you for any reason other than business related, and I didn't call you first, or I didn't message you first, chances are that you are in a tough situation. Okay? And there's different levels of tough that I define. But human trafficking is one of the toughest and most unpredictable situations for humans to survive in. Because not only of the risk of diseases like BS-19, gonorrhea, AIDS, etc., but because of the risk of pregnancy and the risk that you could be beat up, murdered, etc. So, I want you to get educated on this stuff. I'm going to refer you to truckersagainsttrafficking.org, where you can get educated on what human trafficking is and learn some steps that you can take to protect yourself and others from this heinous crime. Because, in the end, we all need educated on this stuff. So, if you or someone you know needs help with this, I ask you go to their website. And I will put a link down in the description below. And to all you people who are doing porn on Instagram, I need you to stop. Because Instagram is supposed to be friendly to families and children, as well as to grown-ups. I need you to understand me there when I say that. And if you don't understand me on that kind of stuff, then we need to have a serious chat, and you can do so by using Facebook Messenger, and you can also do so by contacting me directly and leaving a voicemail on the wine line at 325-400-1175. And I don't just want a hello and how you doing. I want some serious conversation from that stuff. And by the way, for those of y'all outside of the United States, that's a +1 number on Google Voice. So, I want you to get serious about this stuff. I want you to get educated. And I want you to understand me when I try to talk about this. Because it could be your daughter or your son that becomes a victim of this crime if you're not helping them to learn and get educated on what it is. Remember back in the 80s and early 90s when ad campaigns talked about, and kids were getting taught, never talk to strangers? Well, that time has come where we have to know the friend from the foe. Again, I will post information about this very sensitive topic at the end of this video and in the description below. Because I do not want to see another victim of human trafficking ever again. And I do not care what the reason is that the person becomes victimized by somebody who is very, very stupid. If you get approached by a lot lizard of any kind, just say no. And if they keep insisting, you tell them to go find their pimp daddy. And if they can't tell you where he is, you are to call for help. Get a description of their vehicle, report them to law enforcement so that they can have the Border Patrol or the state police or whatever agency that's needed to deal with this problem head out to your site. Because there is no safe place for human trafficking at the truck stop. And there is no safe place for human traffickers on my Instagram page. You are not safe. You've been warned. Until next time, let's make your best trip your next trip. Keep learning, keep thinking, and keep the lot lizards away. Bye for now.